How much is the pension for Chinese farmers? How much is the pension for ordinary Chinese officials and senior Chinese officials? In this episode, we will show these numbers. Chinese media reported that in June 2024, the latest standard of basic old age pension for residents of 31 provinces in China was released. In 6 of China's 31 provinces, the monthly pension for farmers is less than $16.70 USD. In Heilongjiang, it's US $15 per month. In 4 provinces, including Hebei, farmers' pensions range from US $15.74 to US $16.43 per month. And in Yunnan, it is only US $14.34 per month. The average monthly pension for retired employees of the Chinese government and government-related units has exceeded US $835.50, 50 times that of farmers. Therefore, overseas Chinese posted on social media platforms, "Do the little pinks know what worse than pigs and dogs means? The feed cost of raising a pig is US $48.70 per month. The dog food cost is $34.80 US per month, while the monthly pension of Chinese farmers over 60 years old is generally less than US $25.10. Below the post is a map of China showing the minimum monthly pension amounts for older people in rural areas of various provinces and cities. In stark contrast, the map shows that the pension for Taiwanese farmers is about $766 per month. If the numbers are still abstract, the following pictures show real-life scenes of older people and children in rural China. Can a farmer maintain his life with a monthly pension of less than US $25? On March 14, 2023, the Chinese self-media anchor Hu Chenfeng filmed a video titled, "Randomly Find an Elderly Person to Shop, I'll Pay the Bill." He said he wanted to show the purchasing power of ordinary people in Chengdu's one-day pension. Hu Chenfeng met a 78-year-old grandmother from Nanchang, Sichuan, whose monthly income was only $15 in agricultural insurance. The grandmother said she lived with her only son, an engineer who had not found a suitable job from December 2022 to now. The son also had 2 boys who were studying. The grandmother said she would buy rice and had not eaten meat for a long time. Hu Chenfeng took the initiative to take her to the supermarket to buy rice and noodles and bought her pork and eggs, which cost $17.80. The grandmother's monthly agricultural insurance of $15 is not enough to buy these things.
就是1个月那个红包，107块。
这个是2块1毛9一斤。
我们这些吃啊贵了，那都不是钱。
这一盒34块4毛1，30枚。我们给婆婆拿一盒。现在去结账，看看今天花了多少钱。
The 2 of them went to the counter to pay. The rice, noodles, meat, and eggs totaled US $17.80. This does not include the vegetables, fruits, and necessities older people eat daily. You can imagine what kind of poverty she experiences living on just $15 a month.
每个月除了107块钱，还有其他收入吗？
我也没这个钱，
不用感谢我。
This is the current situation of Chinese elderly people who live on a meager pension. However, after the release of this video, all of Hu Chenfeng's videos on Bilibili in China were removed, and his TikTok account was also shown as cancelled. Perhaps the CCP also feels that the Chinese people's pensions are too low. On March 5, 2024, Chinese Premier Li Chang proposed in his government work report that the minimum monthly pension for urban and rural residents should be increased by US $2.80. On March 5, 2024, the person in charge of the drafting group of the government work report and an official from the State Council Research Office said that the current minimum standard for urban and rural residents' pensions borne by China's national finances is US $14.34 per person per month. Currently, 170 million people in the country receive pension insurance benefits from urban and rural residents. After the minimum standard of pensions is increased by US $2.80, it will reach US $17.13 per person per month, an increase of 9.4%. The official said that this is the government's most significant increase in pension in recent years. Can an increase of $2.80 per month in farmers' pensions help them? According to the current prices in China, some analysts pointed out that this $2.80 can only buy 2 chicken wings or 2 bowls of noodles. It cannot do anything else. It's difficult for farmers to maintain their monthly lives with these meager pensions. Some Chinese netizens said it's no more than $34 a year. More than this money is needed for farmers to buy fertilizer and seeds. Therefore, the elderly in China still have to work hard to manage their own lives. This video shows an elderly couple leaning on crutches carrying vegetables to the market to sell before dawn in the winter morning. This video, shot in October 2023, shows a man who lost his left arm working as a porter on Mount Tai. On July 16, 2024, a video blogger interviewed an old man who worked as a cleaner in a rural area of Shandong.
你扫地一个月多少钱
？700块钱不罚700块钱，他不罚哦，年岁的钱还都多着没罚的。
去年的钱还没发嘞。
去年的钱还差好个月现在。
The old man, who will be 77 this year, said he sweeps the streets daily from 7:30 to 11:30 in the morning and 2:30 to 7:30 in the afternoon.
76了，77了。
77，孩子干啥嘞？
啊？
孩子干嘛嘞？
孩子死了，儿子。
哎呦，咋回事啊？
去年的12月22，他死了呢。
哎，
冻死了，家里没人管，他娘又有病，他娘是么个脑血栓，家里没人管他，冻死了，吃不好。
The 77-year-old man sweeps the streets every day, which sounds hard enough. One netizen said, "It's hard to find such a job in the countryside." This is the real life of the lower-class people in China. The government has adjusted the farmer's pension to give each person $17.13 monthly. According to the government department, this is a huge expenditure. This is a young urban management officer lighting a cigarette with a $14 RMB note. The video was said to have been shot in 2018.
多对饭块儿，就像是今天都点来了。
小钱，我这是用钱的，小钱，来点。
要得吧。
Therefore, the Post also wrote, "This urban management officer used a 100 yuan note to light a cigarette. This explains why the civil servant exam fever is so high." This video shows an old man in his 80s selling vegetables at the market on a rainy day. He was shivering from the cold weather and wiping his nose and tears with his sleeves. On February 19, 2024, a netizen on the X platform posted a post comparing the differences between Taiwan and mainland China. Chinese provinces: Shanghai US $153, Beijing US $111.68, Tianjin US $111.40, Tibet US $25.07, Hainan US $24.79, Qinghai US $24.37, Guangdong US $23.67, Shanxi US $21.31, Xinjiang US $19.50. You can see that the pension gap between Taiwan and mainland China is vast. Another person wrote on X, "The average annual income in Taiwan is about $35,000. Taiwan's national health insurance is hailed as the most successful example of a global medical system. The registration fee for seeing a doctor is only $4.6. The government provides nutritional subsidies and wages for marriage and childbirth, and the children's schooling expenses are all borne by the government." However, Chinese news organizations and overseas Chinese netizens have different ideas. This Chinese Nettie's news headline is, "Taiwan Affairs Office of the State Council, Mainland China can help Taiwanese compatriots live better lives." The article said that Mao Xiaoguang, spokesman for the Taiwan Affairs Office of the State Council, pointed out on December 15, 2021, that we can enable our compatriots in Taiwan to live a better life. The CCP government seems willing to let the Taiwanese people live a better life, but it does not explain why it does not work hard to let ordinary Chinese people live a better life. This video shows an old man, probably in his 70s, and his donkey pulling a cart of honeycomb coal with great effort. On the Chinese internet, there is a voice defending the government's actions, saying that Chinese farmers did not pay the social insurance premiums that the country later began to implement, so the government did not consider the farmers' retirement and old age care issues. A blogger from China's B station responded to this. The blogger's tag information is from senior media person Ma Guo Chuan. The blogger said that the farmers, now 60, were born in 1964, at the latest, and 18 years old in 1982. In 1981 and 1982, farmers had to pay public grain without compensation, and the government collected surplus grain at a low price that might be half or lower than the market price. If so, is the public grain they paid and the surplus grain collected at a low price contributing to the country? Since the 1980s, the so-called contract responsibility system has been implemented, and farmers must pay agricultural taxes and various miscellaneous fees. Statistics show that the rural fees withheld by local governments at the grassroots level in China are at least 3 times the national agricultural tax and as much as 15.3 times.
这些个农业税以及农民交纳的各种名目的3体5统的农业费，是不是给这个国家做的贡献？那么这批农民从早年交公粮，被国家低价收购余粮，到后来交纳国家的农业税，交纳各种名目的农业费用，是不是给这个国家在做贡献？
Some netizens also believe that the elderly in cities are miserable. Because the elderly in cities have no land, jobs, or social security, they only get $19.50 US per month. In the city, $19.50 a month is difficult to survive on. To get this money, the elderly must be certified monthly by relevant institutions. In contrast, there are new rules on what Chinese officials can eat and drink. On June 6, 2023, a netizen posted, Jilin civil servant's official reception reimburses $16.71 per person for a meal, while Chinese farmers' pensions are $15.04 per person per month. 1 meal per person eats up 1 month of a farmer's pension, and that's not enough. The background of this video is, on May 24, 2023, the Jilin provincial government issued a new regulation on official receptions, requiring that working meals should not exceed US $16.71 per person, and that wild animals such as birds' nests and shark fins should not be provided. However, working meals should not exceed US $16.71 per person, means that officials have eaten up a farmer's monthly pension for 1 meal. One netizen said, "The key point is that the new policy does not allow the eating of birds' nests and wild animals. Officials ate birds' nests and wild animals before the new policy came out." On February 26, 2021, the Politburo of the Communist Party of China collectively studied improving the social security system covering the entire population. In a speech, Xi Jinping said that the Communist Party of China has promoted the unification of the basic pension insurance system for urban and rural residents, and the integration of the basic medical insurance system for urban and rural residents. He also emphasized that regardless of urban and rural areas, regions, genders, and occupations, there are corresponding institutional guarantees, and that basic pension insurance covers nearly 1 billion people. But in reality, this is not the case. On July 15, 2024, a netizen on the X platform posted a message saying, "The ratio of pensions for civil servants inside and outside the system is 13 to 1, which means that the amount of pensions issued within the system is 13 times that of those outside the system. Of the total 779.8 billion in pensions issued, 93% or 724.1 billion went to people inside the system, while only 7% or 55.7 billion went to ordinary people outside the system. The pensions for rural elderly people are $13.93 per month, and the pensions for officials are usually around $1,400 monthly." In China, there are 3 types of pension systems: the civil service system, the enterprise staff system, and the urban and rural resident system. The civil service pension is the highest, the retirement for enterprise workers is lower, and the pension for urban and rural residents, which covers farmers, is the lowest. On January 13, 2023, Yingtang City, Jiangxi Province announced that the January 2023 city's retirees' pension has been paid, which exploded on the internet. The notice listed the pension payment situations for 3 types of retirees. First, pay $9.62 million USD in pensions to 13,600 retired civil servants. Second, pay $24.91 million USD in pensions to 75,500 former enterprise employees. And third, pay $3.97 million USD to 137,800 retired urban and rural residents. Based on this calculation, this is equivalent to US $708 per capita per month for the pensions of agency retirees, US $330 per capita per month for enterprise retirees, and only US $29 per capita per month for urban and rural resident protection scheme retirees. It is worth noting that the retirement benefits of senior CCP officials are not included in these three systems, and the CCP's privileged class has particular treatment standards. In addition to cash income, senior CCP officials have many benefits that are not reflected in their payroll. The following example may illustrate the problem. In September 2023, a printed note suspected to be the pension of Zheng Tubin, the former Minister of Commerce of the Communist Party of China, was circulated on the internet. The picture shows that Zheng Tubin's retirement allowance for that month was US $1,404. Living allowance was US $3,509. Self-employment expenses was US $487. Retirement allowance was US $1,366. In addition, he also received 6 miscellaneous allowances, including book and newspaper expenses, laundry expenses, Beijing allowance, telephone package, and shuttle bus allowance, with a total of US $6,859 in a single month. From the huge disparity in pensions between Chinese government officials and grassroots urban and rural people, we can understand why the grassroots people in China have such a hard time. That's all for today. If you like our program, please give us a thumbs up, subscribe, comment, and share it with your friends. We appreciate your support. See you next time.